Hello and welcome to Startup Hack. Today we are going to talk about API versioning in .NET 7. So let's jump right in. Make sure to check out the link down below because we always provide the code samples that you can pull down and follow along so you can see in our project. Do you want to earn $100,000 a year? Do you want to become a software developer within just 3 months? With our amazing course and awesome tutors, you never have to worry about getting stuck. We help students to learn skills that companies want to hire. We are Startup Hack. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. So let's get started. Alright, .NET supports various API versioning methods including URL path versioning, query string versioning, header versioning, and media type versioning. In this video, we will take a closer look at these methods. Okay, so first add this package to your project. .NET add package Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.MVC.versioning. Click enter. Next, set up the API versioning in your program.cs file. But in this scenario, you will inject the type of versioning you want. Later in this video, I will show you how to inject all of them together. So here's the example. You add it. Alright, URL path versioning. URL path versioning embeds a version number directly to the API URL. This method is both highly visible and straightforward to use. However, the potential change in the URL structure might pose challenges. So, what are the pros? Highly visible, the version information is easily seen in the URL, making it transparent. It's straightforward to use. This method is simple and intuitive to implement. Cons: URL structure changes. If the URL structure needs to change, it can become an issue. And there's another potential for broken links. Changing or deprecating a version can lead to broken links if URLs are hard-coded by clients. So here's example. We have added API version 1 to over here, and this is how it will look like. So after that, if you map to API versions your methods like this, here's the example like this over here. Okay, now query string versioning. With query string versioning, the version number is passed as a parameter in the query string. This method keeps the base URL consistent but may be more challenging to interpret. So here's example. API/users version 1 or here. So what are the pros? Keeps the base URL consistent. What are the cons? Can be more difficult to read and may clutter the URL with additional parameters. Header versioning. Header versioning places the version information in the HTTP header. This method keeps the URL clean but may pose its own challenges for implementation and use. So here's example. The client sends the version information in the header using API version 1 or API version 2. So what are the pros? Keeps the URL clean and consistent. What are the cons? More challenging to implement and use, especially for clients not accustomed to manipulating headers. Okay, so what is media type versioning? Media type versioning, also known as content negotiation or accept header, includes a version number in the accept header. So here's an example. What are the pros? Consider more professional and aligns well with the concept of content negotiation, where the client specifies the format it can accept. What are the cons? Can be more complex to implement as it requires both the client and server to understand the specific media type versioning scheme. So all the implementation of query string versioning, header versioning, and media type versioning is the same as here showing on the code. To accomplish this, you can use the add API version reader method and pass in multiple iAPI version reader instances to it. So here's an example on how to configure multiple versioning scheme, URL path, query string, header, and media type versioning simultaneously. So here's example: query string API version reader, header API version, media type API version reader. This configuration would allow your application to accept versioning information through any of the methods you have provided in the API version reader. This can be particularly beneficial in cases where you have clients that prefer different versioning strategies. or when you are transitioning from one method to another. However, it's essential to ensure consistency in API versioning to avoid confusion for the clients consuming your API. Also remember that when multiple methods are enabled, the version readers will be invoked in the order they were added, and the first non-null result will be used. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned this API versioning concepts and don't forget to use them in your project. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. To joining our course, you can simply go to our website called startuphack.com. Thank you.